Hello. So today's March 1st. I'm on my way over to Belgrade, Montana. So I thought I'd take the back road from Cardwell, Montana, go to Three Forks, and give you an idea of what that little drive is like. It's not a real bright, in fact, it's not at all. You can see it's a little bit on the gloomy side, but about today is that there's no snow. There's no ice on the road. So I feel comfortable taking these back roads. And I prefer the back roads because that's where you see some interesting things and get away from all the traffic. So, onward. I'll try to narrate as we go, and hopefully the narration will show up okay. I'm using my new microphone, which was recommended by Wonder Hussy. Alright, so Cardwell's right up here. This is I-90, which if you go to the left, you go to Bozeman, Billings, and all that. And if you go to the right, you go to Butte. Straight ahead is Virginia City. But we are going to turn left right here. This is also the road to Lewis and Clark Caverns. And up ahead is a good place to stop for gas and snacks. And also it's called Moose Crossings. There's a real nice campground in here. And by the way, Yellowstone Park is 128 miles from this location. So I'll just drive in through here. This is the Cardwell General Store. And it is a nice place. And we'll go behind it so you can kind of see what this campground looks like. Huh, actually somebody camping. The reason it's called Moose Crossings, guess why? Duh, yeah. A lot of moose around here. The Jefferson River is right alongside here. But anyway, you can get a sense of what this campground is like. It's a pretty nice place, actually. I've never driven through the actual campground myself. So it does look like they've upgraded it quite a bit. Looks like there's water to each one and electric hookups now, which I think is new in the last few years. Looks like somebody's living out of that camper. Pretty cold place to be living. So if you're curious about the temperatures here in Montana today, southwest Montana, not too bad. It's like 30-ish. Which seems like a little bit of a heat wave after the cold weather we had just about a week ago, actually. I think it was 17 below zero last week. Alright, so we're back on the road, heading out. These are the Tobacco Root Mountains. We'll be going through them. You always have to be careful going through these parts when you see this low land and there's a lot of willows and things along the road, usually animals are hanging out in there. They could cross over anytime. Now right up here, La Hood Park, well, there was a great steakhouse. It burnt down. Let me just pull in there. Oh, it looks like this is where La Hood Steakhouse was. It looks like they've rebuilt. There's an old motel. I think I can drive up there. They're rebuilding it. That's cool. I'm just turning around. I want to go back down the same way I came up because I'm not sure where the road is. Anyway, they had the best steak at La Hood. However, I haven't actually ate there myself, but that's what I've heard. And then we were going to go there one time and found out it burnt down. But it looks like they built a brand new one. I'll put a link in the description. Yeah. How about that? Cool. Well, that's good to know. If you're traveling this way, definitely include that in your road plans. Allow some time. I think they're just a nightclub, so like they're only open at like 4. But I could be wrong. We'll check that out. So off to the right, down below, is the Jefferson River. You can kind of see it there. We'll be driving along it a little ways here. And you know, Jefferson is one of the 3 rivers that form the Missouri. The Missouri headwaters are up ahead by 3 forks. I've done some videos on those. You can, well, I'll put a link in the comment or in the description to some of the videos on the Missouri headwaters. So it's the Jefferson, the Gallatin, and the Jefferson, and the Madison. Those 3 rivers form the Missouri River. Again, these are the Tobacco Root Mountains. You have to go all the way up to Virginia City, or I mean to Ennis, on some of these back roads in order to cross them if you're wanting to get on the other side. Otherwise, you can go through them here, and I-90 does go. There's a pass that goes through them, like from Whitehall to, if you're heading east. Surprised there's not really very much snow in through here. Pretty steep on the other side of the Jefferson there. I think you can get a sense of that from this drive. I like this road because it's usually, well, this time of year, not many cars. just ranch people and stuff. If you can see up there on the left, there's a big cavern in there. It's really just an opening there. Used to be able to walk up in there, but I think it's blocked off now, so you can't really go up there and explore. But I have explored it in the past when it was open. It's pretty cool. It's like a big amphitheater. You can kind of see it here. See that? Dang, I keep hitting my windshield wipers. I'm going to pull out alongside the edge of the road here because it looks like there's a pull out, and I'll show you the Jefferson. Looks like the ice is starting to melt. So we're about 5 miles out of Cardwell, and Three Forks isn't really too far away, but take a look at the here. Looks pretty interesting. Okay, well, I decided to get out so I could show you the Jefferson here up close. Looks like the ice is starting to melt a little bit. It's actually pretty warm, and I got extra time on my hands today, so I can show you. So there you can kind of see the rock formations along the side here. It's pretty steep. It goes up there quite a ways. And then, yeah, back in there is the caverns. We'll be driving by the entrance of them here shortly. Okay, so here's another camping spot. Lewis and Clark Caverns State Park is up ahead here, and I believe this is the campground for that. Looks like there's some cars there. I'll just drive in, you know, just to the entranceway, and we'll check that out a little bit. Well, anyway, here, this is all new. Nice entranceway. You have to drive up, oh, I don't know, a couple miles up to the cavern. Oh, it's 3 miles up to the caverns, and then the campground is just up ahead. Haven't been in this new building here. I think I'll stop. Nice time to go here because there's not really anybody here. So obviously the caverns are closed. Here's an idea of the fees and so forth. Well, I was able to go
let's see if
in and look around, but my footage wasn't that great, so I'll just kind of go through this pretty fast. Looks like they're working on some displays here, putting some things together. I thought that snake was kind of cool. It's huge. I've run across them that big. Not fun. So anyway, you'll have to stop in and visit. And
this is pretty interesting. It shows the age of the tree. So this would have been 346 years ago. Wow. That tree's 346 years. So if anybody wants to look at the history, they've got it marked out. And then here is the code. That's interesting.
Okay, so that was Lewis and Clark Caverns. Just a quick little tour. They opened May 1st, the caverns. And I'm not sure when the campground opens. Back on the road. And Three Forks is the next destination. So I use one of those cool little weird stands, tripods. You can adjust it any which way, and set that on my dash, and I have this microphone hooked in there. I'm not sure how the sound quality is going to turn out, but it works pretty good for when I'm driving. I don't have to worry about holding the camera, but it does limit me in being able to show you different things. If you're following my videos, last spring, I believe it was, I came over here and did a video of the Jefferson River, and it was so low I couldn't believe it. I could practically walk across it. So it'll be interesting to compare and to see what the height of the water is now. It should be pretty good. We've had pretty good snow this winter, and the river should be up at a decent level, but we were in serious drought conditions last year. Well, my nifty little stand just tipped over on me, so I kind of lost a little bit of the road there. I couldn't stop. Now I wanted to get the top here. Straight ahead are the Bridgers, and off to the right is a place where they have a big, forget what it's called, they do a big band thing, like 3 days rock and roll deal. I've never been to it because I'm not big on crowds, but oh, it's called Rock in the River. That's what it is. I'll put a link to that in the comments. It's a pretty popular event for people, you know, who like to do that sort of thing. Yeah, too bad it's not a clear day. You could actually see the whole Bridger Range right there. So at the base of that, of course, is where Bozeman, Montana sits. I'm not going that far, and I'm only gonna run this till we get to Three Forks. Well, I'm just outside of Three Forks, and this is kind of a nice roadside attraction. I'm not sure if it's public or private. This is public. Thought you might enjoy seeing this old homestead. Looks like there's a plaque up here. Get a little description of it. So is the Parker Homestead. You can stop the video and read about this. So this was homesteaded in 1862. So when they had the Montana Homestead Act, you could stake out 160 acres, and if you worked it and it was profitable, then it became yours. It was tough for a lot of people to make a go of it. This is quite a nice place here. And then there's been 3 different families who've owned this, and then recently they dedicated it to the Montana Fish and Games, and they stabilized it so that it can remain an attraction for people. Most of them had sod roofs. It's kind of cool that they were able to leave this one here. The old cottonwoods. Probably not going to last a whole lot longer if they redistribute or do something with the creek there, because obviously they've been feeding off of that water right there that's coming through here. Look at how those have worn. All right, I'll just walk around some more. You can't really go inside, but I can probably zoom in there. You can see the construction a little bit. Pretty harsh life, and this is one of the better cabins, living quarters. So just to give you some perspective on where we are, out that way is Ennis, and over the hill there is Virginia City. We just came from that way. Cardwell's back that way about 10 miles. There's kind of a cool old homestead across the way too. And then right over there is Bozeman. They call that the saddle, where it dips there, and just to the left behind that is Bridger Bowl. I just noticed they got a hand pump here. Probably would need to be primed, but reminds me of when I was a kid. We had to pump our own water up at our cabin. You don't really see those too often. I don't know if it works or not. Kind of cool though. So anyway, we are off again, almost to Three Forks. I'm just going to put this on hyper speed or fast forward it probably until we cross the Jefferson. I'm going to pull out at this turnout. It's kind of cool they have all these turnouts. There you can get a pretty good view of the river. You see some ice jams. There's really not a lot of water there. Yeah, usually that would be covered, that sandbar, this time of year. So we're almost to that turnoff, and I'll stop there. So this is still the old Highway 2. We take that a lot when we go to Butte, and I've got some videos out there on the Highway 2 stretch from Whitehall to Butte. I'll put a link in the description. So this is where I stopped in the spring. It's actually a nice little roadside park, and you can get down to the river and fish. I've never stopped on this side, so I'm just going to stop here because I don't have time anymore now to look around here. I just want to see what the level of the river is down here. Not too bad. Thanks for watching. As you can see, I don't have Lucky with me today, so travels with Lucky is traveling alone. But I hope you enjoyed this video, this little stretch of ride. It's pretty nice. Well, I feel very fortunate that this time of year I'm able to drive these back roads. Because there's no snow, no ice. Pretty nice. All right, well, thanks for watching. Okay, so this is the south end of Three Forks. I'm gonna head out to the interstate here. I'm getting a little bit behind schedule, but this is the way you can get an idea of what Three Forks looks like. I'll do a whole video on it when the weather gets warmer.